Yes, sir, please.
My name is Frank Martin. I live in the Winchester community, which is across the street. And I hate to correct you, but this has been part of Charlotte city limits for at least 15 years. We've lived here 15 years, and it's been part of Charlotte, the city of Charlotte, because we've been taxed by the city of Charlotte. So if I wasn't, then you owe me some money. My question is, with the growth that we're having, I'm an avid bicyclist, and very few bicycle lanes are in, there's one in Prosperity Church Road now, but in the other areas there's not. And I'd like to see that happening. If we're going to have mass transit, I've lived in Northeast, I lived in California, and places where I've lived, there's always been an area where you can use your bicycle for transit. People will be doing it in the next 5 to 10 years because gas is going to be more expensive and we're going to need that. Right now, if you go out on this road, it's not maintained. The city doesn't clean that road. There's garbage in the bike lane. So
could we have
that's
a question?
That's what I'd like to see. And what are both of your plans, and how do you see that in the future for Charlotte?
First of all, about the city limits, they wind all around here, and I apologize. They've been implemented during the past, actually 8 years, and UNCC was not in parts of the in the city 6 to 8 years ago, I believe. I don't have the exact figure. And even parts of Mallard Creek, or the Mallard Creek Barbecue, was not in the city limits, and that's what I was referring to. I didn't want to cause any confusion there. During the past 8 years, bicycle lanes have been a major priority of myself and other city council members, including Pat Mumford, who's in the audience. In fact, during my tenure as mayor, in fact, just during the last 6 years, we've implemented over 44 miles of bicycle lanes, where before I was mayor, we had 0 bicycle lanes, and it wasn't even considered in our plans. We have a bicycle coordinator, and now we're demanding on all thoroughfare roads that we put bicycle lanes in it. In fact, we're having a major vote in the next 2 weeks on expanding that program even more. So that's part of the choice process. And I think the more choice you have in transportation, the better quality of life and the better environment and the better long-term sustainability we'll have in the future. And that includes this part of the city.
Thank you. Ms. Earl?
Thank you. I would like to say that I'm sure that our city council has been very proactive in making sure that we have biking lanes and trails across the city. And I would certainly support continuing to do that. And especially as we look at going greener, I think that that would certainly be the appropriate thing to do to create more opportunities for folk to ride their bikes to work or to any other activities that would be appropriate.
Thank you. Yes, sir?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Billy Peter, and I spoke with a couple of representatives, in particular Mr. McCord. And I have 3 concerns. Before we start getting new businesses, I believe that we need to find a solution to the traffic, because from Mallard Creek Road, in other words, everyone knows about the traffic situation, and I just believe that you need to get this traffic problem straightened out before you start building new buildings. Now, I know new buildings is good. It's good to have new businesses. But there's other things that you have to take a look at. And one of them is the rain situation.
Could we have a question, please?
Pardon?
Ask your question, please.
Okay, yeah. What are you going to do about this water situation and the traffic? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go into it.
Well, sir, let me start by saying since I have not served on the city council, I don't have all the answers. But I think one of the first things that I would do would be to have advisory groups, to have citizens involved in trying to make some of the hard decisions that impact this city. And that would be one of the things that was what I was referring to when we need to talk about making sure that the infrastructure is in place before we continue to to encourage growth as it relates to business or to residential. But I think that we need to make sure that the infrastructure is in place, and I'm not sure that that has been done. But to a certain extent, we are going to have to deal with traffic for a while until some of these major issues are dealt with.
Well, first of all, we do have many advisory groups in both planning and transportation and transit that we do listen to, and we get a lot of feedback from them, and we welcome you to join these advisory committees that the City Council and the Mayor appoint. Second is, I think the major plan that we have is to develop a grid system of roads in which we have any new developments, so there is some sort of a grid of connectivity, so not all the traffic is piled into Prosperity Church roads or the Mallard Creek roads, which is the current design. We want people to be able to have many choices of transportation. We're also looking at transit. One of the first things I did was mayor, by the way, through a veto, which was sustained. I vetoed a bill to require sidewalks on both sides of the roads from developers, and the City Council initially did not support my efforts. And then they turned their vote around and sustained that. We strengthened the sidewalk ordinances to require sidewalks on both sides of the road. The second question regarding water, I'm out of time, but this has become a very serious issue at this point in time, and we're going to probably be announcing some further steps in the near future.